Hey, Robert. We'll begin shortly. Just getting some tech stuff ready here. But good to see you again. Last regular season game. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. What a what a season it was, man. Honestly, honestly. Oh, we got some tortellini tonight. I actually wisely made dinner before. I ate an early dinner tonight. I had some made some trout and it was delicious. What was the vote? I don't remember. The Dobson vote? Was that the last vote that we had? I can't remember now. Now Dobson's hurt. Damn. Damn. Well, yeah, Dobson's hurt. But I can't remember exactly which was our last vote. We've had a few. We've had a few votes. But I do know that this game is going to maybe not matter that much. I mean, it's kind of weird because, like, yeah, they could potentially be first place, but they really can't be in a position where they're getting any more guys hurt. The Flyers are basically resting most of their team because they as well need to not be hurt. I think we're gonna get a whole lot of. Oh, is this a statement game? Oh, everybody but like two people voted a statement game. Honestly, I think it was like 12-2 or something in the end. It was a statement game. Mea culpa. It was a statement game. But now they're actually meeting Tampa. So what do you? I don't know. We'll only know the true effects of the game now, basically. Okay, hold on. We got lines here, and they're fun. These are fun lines, guys. I'm so excited to show you these lines. So, first line's first line. I don't think they'll play that much, but they're the first line. Second line is Demidov, Newhook, Texier. Yeah, we know that one. Bolduc, Kapanen, Dach. Not surprising. Veleno, Evans, Gallagher's getting in. I don't know if you think. Let me know if you think that means anything. If that Gallagher playing or Gallagher not playing. I'd be curious to know what you guys think. If you think that's indicative of that he might play, or is it indicative might not play? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me if that means anything. I'm not entirely sure. And then, oh, sorry, here's where it gets fun. The defense is Engstrom Gooley, love it. Hudson Reinbacher, love it so much. Struble Jackeye. Come on, guys. If you can't get excited about that defense, then you can't get excited about anything. I'm so excited to watch these guys. Michael asks, very important question. I certainly hope you're hosting the blog until they end their run. Yes. It's funny. Here's how the fates have it. I had a concert ticket for this Saturday that I bought a year ago, over a year ago. And I was like sweating over if the Canadiens. So I can tell you right now, if the Canadiens win the division, the first home game is in Montreal on Saturday night. If the Tampa Bay Lightning are the first place team, then it's Sunday. So I have a concert ticket for Saturday. I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna miss game one. Everybody's gonna hate me, or I gotta miss the concert, which I've been waiting for so long. The good news is the singer today announced that he has laryngitis and he has postponed the show until the fall. So you got me until the end, until the bitter end. We'll do the Saturday games. We'll do this and that. Ryan Katz says CXN 690 suggested Matheson, Anderson, and Jano should be healthy scratched. They are being healthy scratched. They're not playing. They're not playing. We're getting the young guns in, except for Gallagher, who Robert says is not going to play in the playoffs. I think that's pretty fair. His time has run out. Arbor needs as much ice time as he can to get up for the playoffs. I mean, I want to. The thing is, all the guys on the defense tonight, I just want to see so much more of. Like I want to see so much Engstrom, Reinbacker, Struble, Jackeye. Can never get enough Lane Hudson. And then Gooley needs the reps. Gooley, without Dobson, Gooley might be the most important Hab wild card entering the playoffs. So the first line, you know what they're gonna do. Goaltending's goaltending. You never know. But in terms of being able to survive without Noah Dobson on the defense, it is going to be up to Caden Gooley to, I think, shoulder a lot of that load. I don't know if he can. Hasn't had a great year. But I thought before the last injury or the maintenance, the 3-day maintenance break that he had, I thought Caden Gooley was playing his best hockey. And I also feel like with the defense kind of guys getting hurt, I feel like Jackeye and Struble played their best defense. I feel like they played their best hockey. And I feel like Reinbacker, I think, can play a pretty simple game if they need him to come in and play a simple game. So I'm like feeling a little better about the Dobson injury than I was, we'll say, a week ago. Or whenever it was announced now. It's not even a week. The other thing that's kind of interesting. The other fun thing that I'm watching tonight is Nate McKinnon has 52 goals. Cole has 51. What do you think? Do you guys think that Cole can win the Rocket? He could do it, man. He could have a big game tonight and do it. Flyers are not. I know they're making the playoffs. I know they've been hot. You can score on them. The one thing you can do. Habs at T-Bay Sunday unless the Rangers pull off a miracle. Honestly, of the teams that are kind of like if the Habs are resting guys, Tampa's got to rest guys. Tampa's old, man. They're an old team. They could rest a lot of guys, if I'm being honest. So I don't think it's a total foregone conclusion that the Rangers will lose. What if there's a tie between Cole and McKinnon? I guess they get a share of the trophy. They probably both get their names on it. I don't think there's a tiebreaker or anything. It's a pretty clear. When it's an award like that that's just pure counting stats based, I think they just count. They'll give it to both of them. But yeah, we're watching Cole tonight. We're watching as well. We're watching Lane Hudson. Lane Hudson only needs one assist to pass Larry Robinson for the most assists by a Canadiens player, by a Canadiens defenseman all time in his second season. That's not bad. He's crazy good. Can you believe Tampa pre-booked the arena for Saturday? Something that Saturday night is not a big hockey night in most parts of the U.S. It's a big Canadian thing, but Saturday night is not a big deal for Tampa. Like, more people will roll up on a Sunday, like a Sunday afternoon for that game, than a Saturday night. When was the last time a Habs player won the Rocket Richard? Never. No one has ever. It's not. It's a fairly recent trophy, right? So it's only been like what, a decade and a half that they've had it, and no Habs player has won in that time. When was the last time a Canadiens player led the league in scoring? I would have to imagine Guy did it at some point. He's the only one that I could think of. Watching Reinbacker, he should be in the playoffs. Oh yeah, I gotta ask you guys. Oh, Karen's here with the gummies. I love it. I gotta ask, what'd you guys think of Reinbacker? I thought he was just so smooth. Real simple game. I feel like, look, do I want to throw him into a playoff situation with the Tampa Bay Lightning where he might get nailed in the face? Probably not. It's not the right time for him. But do I feel like his game is super simple that he could just like come in and establish himself and be like pretty decent out the gate? I do. I do think that. Lanky dude, though. He's a lanky dude. I will say that. No gummies. No, I like gummies, Robert. I want to give me a gummy. Let me have a gummy. I want a gummy. Linebacker and Jack played very well together. I agree. Oh, I'm just like loving watching like more Jack loving watching like Struble play better. I want to see Engstrom. Engstrom's been the not like super impressive since he came in. He's more of a project. I mean, he was not a top prospect by any means, but he was so good in Laval. I find it hard to believe that he won't figure something out in the NHL and be like at least a decent defenseman. So tonight will be nice to see him play a little more. Yeah, we got lots of love. Lots of love for Reinbacker after game one. Not impressed with Engstrom. Prefer Reinbacker. Reinbacker looked a little more sure of himself coming in, but I will say also that they did, use a fifth overall pick to get Reinbacker, and Engstrom was a hope and a prayer at the whatever spot. So I'm not like my expectations for Reinbacker are just different. Karen says, I thought Reinbacker was just fine. He'll eventually be top six, and then hopefully we won't have to hear from people who hated the pick anymore. Speaking of hating the pick anymore, who are the Habs playing tonight? The Philadelphia Flyers, who took Matvey Michkov. Now, the one thing that I want to preface about the Matvey Michkov, if we're going to have a Matvey Michkov versus Reinbacker discussion, um, I think at this point we have it on pretty good authority from multiple sources that Mishkov did not want to play in Montreal and orchestrated going to the Flyers. I think there's enough evidence. I'm not an insider. I don't know. But there's enough evidence from other insiders that have said it over the last couple of years that it was pretty clear that Mishkov wanted to go to Philly, did not want to come here, and that is what happened. Now, conversely, I would say that I could argue that that happened with Demidov as well, where Demidov wanted to come to the Habs and I think did not really want to go to Columbus. And I think Columbus, everybody asks, oh, why did Columbus draft Caden Linkstrom over Demidov? What a bunch of weirdos. But I wouldn't be shocked if Columbus talked to Demidov, saw that, Demidov was maybe 3 years out and got a little, cold feet. Will Reinbacker and Engstrom both make the team next year? Offseason should be interesting. They're both good enough to make the team, but if with them and the guys they currently have, you would be up to about 9 defensemen. And they would probably still want to improve on defense. So somebody's got to go. So I still think Engstrom is a trading chip, especially if Reinbacker looks like he's ready to go. Um, I do think that look at the team right now, look at who's kind of moving up and down in the lineup. And I think you can create a realistic package for a big player. And I do think the Canadiens are going to be big game hunting this offseason. Once again, like they were last offseason, I really don't see Kent Hughes being like, yeah, I'm totally chill with this team. I think the team was too good this year to not think that your window is open. I'm sure Larry Robinson will be watching the game. I hope so. Robert says, what are your thoughts on Hage? Good choice to go back, in your opinion. I was really surprised. I was really surprised because everything that I heard made it a foregone conclusion that he was coming. But if I'm being honest, there's not a lot of room on the team right now. There's no room on the team right now. And there's not necessarily a lot of room next year. And if he looked at that lineup and was like, there's a really good chance that I'm coming out of lovely Ann Arbor, Michigan, and then going to Laval for a year, why bother? And so I think he got a little bit of, was kind of like, maybe the grass is not greener here. And the Canadians do have a log jam of players, which I do think will make it complicated if they try to get, um, you know, I guess they're not going to be super. I mean, if they're going to get a big free agent, it doesn't. But like a depth free agent, you're going to look at this lineup and you're going to be like, I don't really know where I stand here. Might not be the best opportunity for some people. There's a lot of depth here, and the Canadians, I think, might turn some of that depth into quality. Karen says Michkov has been nothing but trouble. Sometimes you just need to trust our management group who had the goods on him. That's another thing. I don't think Michkov really wanted to come here, but I also don't think the Canadians were that interested in Mishkov as well. I mean, this management group has made it very clear that they want guys who want to be here. They're not grabbing guys kicking and screaming to come play here, which has happened in the past where guys have reluctantly been traded here and couldn't wait to leave. Gallagher needs to retire this summer. Sorry. It could happen. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Canadians Flyers final game. Wonderful idea, but the Hurricanes, stupid idea. What about the Hurricanes? Are there actual Hurricanes? Is there hurricane season right now? I don't think so. Is it? Robert says 2 goals tonight. Another year in, he will step in like Demidov. I will say that we were very, very what do we call it? We were treated to Demidov. That was an exceptional circumstance where a player was very clearly too good for the league that he was in and came here and blew people away. Hage, I don't think we'll do that, but I do think that another year in college, coming in, he could come in and be a pretty effective player right off the bat. Lou says Reinbacher was fine. He does a lot of little things the right way. Yeah, exactly. He's just got like a real like refined game about him. And I hope that continues. I hope he doesn't try to overcomplicate his game and overcomplicate his life. Because he really just needs to get that first outlet pass out. He needs to make sure guys don't beat him. And he maybe needs to be a little bit more physical than Dobson. And then that's really it. Like you are a top 4 defenseman if you do those things. And he's got a nice shot too. I find like Dobson, he's got kind of like one of those like snapshots that goes through traffic. We saw that on the first play. Someone will want Galley when he's not a Hab, and you will cry every time he's on the ice against us. I don't know. I just don't. I think it would be really tough for them to, with 1 year left on the deal, do something. Whether it's a buyout or a trade. We've talked a lot about Vancouver. Vancouver will be in a position next year where they could probably take on some salary, and they're going to want to sell some tickets. And Brendan Gallagher would be a nice way, a Gallagher hometown goodbye would be like a way to like sell some tickets. At the very least, the last game that Gallagher plays in Vancouver would be big. But I don't know. I don't know. They're so loyal to him. It took them so long just to sit him at the end of this season when it was so clear earlier. So I don't know. The Gallagher thing is weird to me because he's not in the top 12 forwards. If it's purely based on merit, and then here's another thing. You guys are saying Gallagher won't leave $6 million on the table. But I will say this, Gallagher, if they give him a medical, are they going to find out that they probably shouldn't be playing hockey anymore? It's super possible. Could happen. I don't know. He's been the heartbeat of this team for so long. It's not an easy situation to navigate. He's going to have to, I think, want to do something. I think if he's like, no, I'm going to like have my regular off season, I'm going to come back and I'm going to have a great final year. Is the team really going to say, no, you're not? See ya. Maybe, possibly, but it's a tough decision to make. RIP Donald K. Donald. For sure. You guys got to let me know. If you guys have lived in Montreal for any amount of time, you guys have probably seen a Donald K. Donald show back in the day. So let me know if you guys saw a Donald K. Donald show back in the day. RIP to the man who brought all the big names to Montreal back in the day. Al Wilson was the man asks, any more news on Dobson? Gone for the first round? They say he's going to be reevaluated in 2 weeks, which is kind of a strange way to put it because it doesn't imply that he's back in 2 weeks. But at the same time, what is it? What are they waiting for 2 weeks? So I'm going to say for now, not looking great for the first round, but it is the playoffs, and a thumb is just a thumb. Would you donate your thumb to Noah Dobson to allow him to continue? Would you give him your thumb? Doesn't work that way. Thumb transplants aren't a thing, but I'd be shocked if he came back in the first round, but I don't know. Well, that was a fun little preamble. Hey, first period is underway. But yeah, definitely all night. Let me know about your favorite Donald K. Donald moments. I would love to know more about what you guys think of this Montreal great who loved the city, brought so many shows to this city. Yeah, we got Stephen Morris. You saw the Stones in 71 at the Forum. Stevie Wonder opening. Holy crap, that's a good one. When I was, do you guys remember when Ozzy Osbourne died last year? I was looking in the archives for photos, and Black Sabbath played a show like in the park, like around, I guess where the F1 track ostensibly is now. It was the photos were amazing. If you guys could go check it out, I very much recommend you watching a bunch of Montreal hippies sitting in a concrete structure watching Ozzy. Ooh, ACDC and the Stones. Hey, we got a penalty already. Oh, Caulfield in front right away, man. Had a good chance there. Can't believe we already got a power play. Let's make it fun. That's really what I want to see this today. I want to see this team like use its talent. I mean, Caulfield's down behind the net, steals the puck though. Can they get something going? Oh, Caulfield had so much room. Oh yeah, I did see the Caulfield high stick. That Philly Penn series is going to be wild. I bet Philly will win, though. I'm cheering for the Pens. I wouldn't doubt Crosby and Carlson at this point. Carlson is playing out of his mind. I think it's going to be old versus young that series, but I think Pittsburgh, man, I think Crosby's going to play the best hockey he's played in forever. I wouldn't want to face Crosby in the playoffs, no matter what. Oof. Garnett Hathaway blocked a shot by Bolduc, and he is in so much pain right now. Can the Habs take advantage? They're already on the power play. 42 seconds left in that power play, by the way. The other night, I predicted the score 4-1. Had no one to tell. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't make Sunday's game. The weekends are tough, but now my weekends are wide open for the playoffs. So I will see you guys for the playoffs. So yeah, Garnet Hathaway goes back to the dressing room after blocking that shot. That did not look fun. All right, we're in the final seconds here of this power play. Back to 5-on-5. But the puck's still in the zone. Habs still have it. Evans fed Gallagher with a nice play. Look at Gallagher. He's got a little jump in his step today. Oh. Struble missed it, but defensemen were already back, so not a huge issue. The 164th and final game. Wait, have we played two seasons, or you mean 82 times 2? That makes sense. 82 times 2. Texier is not a top 6 forward or a power play guy. Yes, he is. He is not. He is a fill-in. He's a fill-in guy, but a pretty good. I like what I've seen from Texier. Honestly, he should have had a goal the last 2 games. He had a couple of great chances that he did not. He's definitely in a bit of a slump right now. And that's the thing about guys like him. They have like the talent, but there's the consistency's hard. They get streaky, they get points, they don't get points, and then you can't have a guy like that on your top line. Even if there are days where he looks like he's a top line guy. But it's very hard to be consistent. Mishkov all alone, and he's robbed. What a... Mishkov was behind the play, looking for that breakaway, looking for the stretch pass, and he got it, and it didn't matter. Dobes robbed him. I hope the St. Andrews hat. Yeah, which hat am I supposed to be wearing for the playoffs? I have a few options for playoff hats. Maybe I'll even get another like a brand new hat. Maybe it's a good day to get a brand new hat. I've been meaning to get. I don't know if you guys saw the Major League Baseball teamed up with the Simpsons to do these like Simpsons themed Major League Baseball hats, and I want to get one of those. So maybe this is the excuse I need to go to the store, to the lid store, because they said it's only in the physical stores. So I have to like old fashioned go to Angrignon Mall and buy a hat. I love it. I love Angrignon Mall. I like Texier on the bottom 6. Yeah, I think he's a bottom sixer. With the possibility when somebody's hurt, he can like fill in. Ooh. Mishkov, or not Mishkov, Newhook tried to kind of like float one to Texier in front of the net. It's kind of interesting try, but not quite. Yeah, Porter Martone, first round pick, already getting people excited. So is Yzerman finally getting fired this year? I mean, good God. The worst collapse of the season was the Detroit Red Wings, who were first in the conference at the end of January and will now not make the playoffs. Ryan says they will mutually part ways, which I feel like that's probably the way to go. They won't do him the humiliation of firing him, but he's got to go. There's something broken about that team. I don't know what. I find that they always like the thing about Detroit is they draft these good young players, they get these good young players, and then they get super antsy, and then they add like Patrick Kane and James Van Riemsdyk and like all these retreads. And then they put all these retreads in the lineup, and then the young guys like don't really get a chance to like You know, they don't get a chance to prove themselves, and then you end up with this kind of mishy-mashy lineup of like some young guys who aren't really taking over, and they turn to these old guys who don't have anything left. And the Red Wings are just like this, like kind of mid. They end up being this mid team. Oh, Slav. Oh, Slav to Caulfield. Really nice try. I mean, Caulfield's definitely trying to score. He's not treating this like any game 82. A lot of teams aren't as patient with the rebuild as we were. It's tough. It's tough. You have tickets to sell. Tickets to sell. You have antsy owners. You have the media complaining. Think about how many times we heard. I saw people posting it today. It was what was that guy's name on RDS when he was suggesting that the Ottawa guy, they were saying that oh, you should trade the Nick Suzuki for Wayne Simmons. Remember that? Happens all the time. You hear these things all the time, and you just like to drown out that noise is really tough. And these Canadians management, they drowned out the noise pretty good. I think that in the right places they acquired some, like they got Monahan for a little bit. Like they acquired some veterans in the right place. You know, even somebody like Patrick Laine, who's in the end, didn't play very much here. Like didn't really affect things. Like he's not on the cap. He's off the cap in two days. Um, so I think that's really where things go wrong in this league is when you commit the money too fast. I think I looked at like Buffalo and it's funny, they gave Samuelson and Power that money so fast. And then Samuelson just like kept getting hurt and hurt and hurt. And I was like, oh man, they gave an 8-year deal to a guy who can't even stay on the ice. And then he had an incredible year this year. He was so good. And then Power, who they gave $8 million, was kind of meh this year, but whatever. They're still the best team in the conference, so who cares, I guess. But that's really the like thing. You just can't get saddled with these contracts. Suzuki, man, they're trying to get Caulfield goals. I mean, Suzuki's got his points now, so he doesn't care. He got 101. He good. Oh, it's 1-0. Porter Martone, man, again. Unreal. Porter Martone has come into this league like a bullet. And this is just like a good old fashioned dirty goal. Deflection in front of the net. Dobes didn't see anything. Mishkov shot from the high slot. Martone tips it, and it's 1-0 Flyers. Michael Hage is not ready to be thrown into playoff hockey. He's coming off an injury. Not only is he coming off an injury, he's injured. Like he's not healthy. He's like he would not. It would have been crazy to throw him in. He did not look good in the NCAA games, and not out of a lack of effort. Like you can tell that he's having trouble pushing off his foot and skating. So Um, no, the you know what, things just didn't align for Hage this time. Under normal circumstances, I'd be like, oh, it could be a flight risk, but I don't see it this time. He'll still sign at the end of next season, and then maybe he'll join in for that playoff race. The only difference is at that point he'll be 21, and instead of being 199 pounds soaking wet, maybe he's going to be 205 and a big boy that can help. The brother thing I've heard like differing things about. That he's not coming, that he is coming. I don't know. I don't know if it's just noise. Habs are down 1-0. Still have a better win probability. Not bad. Hudson has to do a better job in front of the net. Was Reinbacher the other defenseman on that one? I haven't. Let me check. He was a minus one for Reinbacher. I'm afraid. Can't leave Martone uncovered. So the Canadians are discovering first time they're seeing him. No, it must be the first time they're seeing him. I'm glad Philly scored first. It'll wake the boys up. Well, I mean, Cole Caulfield had what, 8 scoring chances. I will say this about the Habs. Cole Caulfield had like 8 uh, chances near the net, and the Canadians were definitely trying a little too hard to pass to him. This might force them to actually not pass up good opportunities to try to set up Caulfield as next goal. I think Hage will be traded in a package for an impact player, says Al. I do. I think him not signing puts that as a possibility from like 2% to, I don't know, a little more than 2%. I still think they'll probably keep him, but like it's not. It's absolutely gonna have Teams are absolutely gonna call this summer. I'll put it that way. They'll call this summer, and the Canadians, I do think, want to get a big name, but I don't know if trading Hage is the move. I don't think they'll want to do that. They have done what they could after this announcement to make it pretty clear that like he's still a big part of this future, the future of this team. Let's ramp up trade rumors if Oilers are out in the first round. Dobson, Engstrom, Beck, and Struble for Bouchard. Why would you want to do that? Evan Bouchard is not what the Habs need. I feel like they have enough offense from the back end. They're actually one of the best teams in the league off offense off the back end. I don't think Evan Bouchard's the type of defenseman they're going to go for. I wouldn't want Bouchard, I hear from Max. The funny thing is, a flyer skated in front of the net, dropped a stick, and the ref put his hands up for what would have been a phantom call. Was it a phantom call? I didn't even see really what happened. Oh, nice try by Suzuki. Couldn't quite get it through the traffic. Man, I feel like I've seen like 3 or 4 broken or strewn about sticks so far. Oh, what a nice play. Oh, Demidov walked in middle of the slot and he just ripped one high. How many gummies when when the trade rumor, not even trade rumor, the trade proposals break out. Oh, Jack guy tried to take the big one-timer rip and he did not. Oh, Rick withdraws. No, no, no. We're just having fun, Rick. You can propose any trade rumor you want. It's all good. And all trade proposals are good. I like this. We have enough forwards. We don't need Bouchard. Yeah, he's definitely coming up on the rush with you. He's not staying back. Has Arbor been on the ice with the top line before tonight? Not intentionally so. I mean, it happens, especially on the road, but that's not the preferred. That could be icing, and that is an icing. But yeah, no, Arbor has been on the. He's been against the top line. Yeah, not intentionally so, but yes, unintentionally so. He gets out there. All right, I gotta ask because I think I don't even know who is. Who are you gonna put on the? Who would you put on the second line for game one? Demidov, presumably, and who? All right. Well, we got only one proposal so far. Oh no, Jake Evans got hit hard, and now it's 2-0 Flyers. Not a good combination there. Oliver Bonk, is that his first game today? Oh, That's the kind of hits that you want to see Jack-Eye maybe do in the offensive zone. Wow. Oliver Bonk. So it's already 2 points for Oliver Bonk. Well, the Canadians are probably due for a bit of a stinker. That seems to be what's nice defensive play by Lane Hudson there. Can they take it down? What is going on here? With the gummy questions or with the Habs playing a stinker tonight? It's game 82. It's game 82. Bunch of guys are out of position. Bunch of guys are off tonight. I'd like for them to put up a good one. Thought it would have been the Flyers that were hungover. They're young. They're young. They're just young. I mean, the Habs are young, but so were they. Flyers could be peaking at just the right time to meet their Pennsylvanian rivals, the Penguins, in the first round. What a good round! I think what a good series that's going to be. The Flyer rookies are indeed flying. Home ice slipping away here. I don't know how. It's nice. It's like nice to have. I guess I should ask that. Do you guys? I should ask if you. Here's my question for you. Do you care about home ice advantage? Do you think it matters? Let me know. Max says, when it comes to game 7, I do care. Blue says, well, Habs are better home road than home. Skydigger says, yeah, I do care about home ice advantage. Karen says no. Kelly says, absolutely. Your rink, your fans, your bed. I don't know. I don't know about you guys. Hotel beds are nicer than my bed, but maybe not these guys. They have nice beds, I'm sure, at home. Bob says, no, the Habs have to bear down and get that home ice advantage. Karen says, you steal 1 or 2 games away, then you come home and seal the deal. It's like tennis, to serve or not to serve. Interesting. You guys have very different thoughts on this. Pretty interesting. I'm of the school that I'm not like. I don't think it's like so huge. Also, I will say that Tampa, as you guys said, Tampa is meeting. They are meeting the Rangers tomorrow. So even if the Canadians won, it might not make a difference. But whatever. At least you put the ball in their court, right? Karen says, I'm okay with playing Tampa. Would love to shut Kucherov's mouth and show him what a real fan base looks like. Yeah, I hate that guy. Can't stand that guy. Radek Bonk's son, Oliver Bonk. It is indeed the son of Radek, Oliver. I've watched 60 years of playoffs, Karen says. Doesn't matter. Not that important. Ryan says, hey, game one might not sound like a true road game in Tampa. Oh, Habs really had a nice chance to clear there and did not do it. Oh, Habs look like they're in quicksand right now. Is this the end of a shift, I guess? It must be the end of the shift. Oh my god, Kirby Dach with the stoop. Get the puck deep, you dingbat. I think Corey Perry will do his best to get under the skin of his Habs. That's what that man has been paid very handsomely to do for the last 20 odd years of his life. Oh, Gallagher with a nice try. Would love to see Gallagher get one more. Who's sitting out with Galley back in? Lots of people are sitting. Dano is sitting. Anderson's sitting. Probably would have sat Evans too, to be honest. I guess he has. I guess he could get 82 games, maybe. Yeah, we should say congrats to Suzuki, Demidov, Hudson, Slav, and Kapanen. They played all 82 games this year. That is pretty damn good health for this team. Blue says TSN stats say that the road might actually be better than at home. I've heard players say that. Yes, Andy Anderson and Dano are sitting tonight, and by sitting I mean resting, getting a nice little rest before the playoffs. Oh no! Caulfield blows a tire. Trying to go up the ice. Jack Adams Trophy. Who do you pick? It's gotta be Lindy Ruff, right? Took that Buffalo team out of nowhere. I mean, he was also the coach when they were nowhere, but took Lindy Ruff. I think is probably would be my guess that he probably gets it. Big congratulations for Kirby Dach for tying his skates tonight without injuring himself. Hey, small victories anywhere you can get them, Sky Digger. Amazing Denver won. They badly were outplayed both games. They let the team hang around. That's it. They definitely were not the best college team on paper this year, but they are your national champions. How about it? 15 seconds to go. Can the Habs turn the puck over? We gonna get an icing? No, not even. All right, this period's gonna end quietly. So Oliver Bonk and Hunter McDonald big factors tonight, and yeah, they just got called up for this game basically. And our old buddy Matvey Michkov with 2 assists, and then our new buddy Reinbacher was -1. I was really excited to watch this new defense, like the new defense configuration. Can't say they looked that amazing in the first. They weren't that bad though. What did I want to see here? I want to talk about this. Max says Kirby Dach is very much in danger of sitting the first game of the playoffs. He has been terrible. He has been pretty terrible. I do agree, Max. I do agree. I'll leave it to the floor here. I'm not so sure where I land. I land where I am with Kirby Dach. I always end up in the same freaking place with Kirby Dach, where I see his size and I'm like, ugh, they can't afford to not have his size in the lineup. But then I see him play and I'm like, yeah, they probably would have been better off. So I really don't know. I would probably play him at this point, but I wouldn't feel good about it. I'd still put him on the third line. Habinations asks, why is Kirby Dach so bad? I don't get it. Because he's never healthy and he seems like he takes a long time to get going. But the problem is that when you're injured all the time, you don't get the time to get going. So I feel like he gets hurt, he comes back, he looks sluggish. I just feel like he's very rarely, if ever, in a groove. And then he gets in a groove and you're like, oh, you're a pretty good player. And it just doesn't happen enough. And now we're at like kind of the turning point with him now, where it's like, what are we gonna do? Are they gonna keep him? Are they gonna get rid of him? But first things first, is he even in the top 12 forwards right now? Bob says, let him sit. I'd rather have Galley playing with grit. I think the Canadians might feel the same way. Max says he's mentally checked out most of the time. I get what you're saying. I think what I would say about Kirby isn't so much that he's mentally checked out. I think he's in his head. I think the thing about Kirby is that, again, because he's hurt all the time, he's very tentative about doing things because he's always thinking about being hurt, which has made his game not take off. I don't think he's checked out. I think it's the opposite. I think he's like a little too like thinking he's navel gazing a little too much, I think is how I would describe it. Ryan asks, did you hear about Chris Pronger signing his long-term contract with Edmonton while drunk, and that's why he got traded because he wanted to play 1 year there and he didn't tell his wife about it? I did hear that, and it was very funny. If you guys haven't seen that yet, definitely worth. Oh my god, I'm now watching RDS and it's Pierre Hood, and I just realized this is the last game of the season for on RDS. I'm so sad. It's all Sportsnet from here on out. Habination says, I know that, but it's his play that gets him in trouble, or is he Mr. Glass and doesn't play with a hangnail? No, no, no. The injuries, he literally destroyed his knee 2 times. He's destroyed his knees both times. So he has. I think he's Mr. Glass. I don't think he doesn't play with a hangnail. His injuries have been legitimate. He just has gotten hurt a lot. Kirby says if Dach has a lousy playoff, it's time to move on if there's an upgrade. Yeah, I mean it's come to a head with him. I don't know if he'll even survive a decent playoff. At $4 million for a um a qualifying offer, they may have already moved on. Max says he likes the money, he just doesn't like the work. No, I don't think that's the case. He completely totaled his knees. Both totaled both knees. I just think that he's like I don't know. I think he needs to sit down and talk to somebody about it and like get comfortable again. I think that's really the issue with him. I don't from what I understand, it's not a lack of work. He's just like hasn't really been healthy enough to be comfortable and confident. And so he's just like kind of in his head and doesn't look like he's like spatially aware, you know what I mean? Is Patrick having substance issues? Who's Patrick? Like Patrick what? I haven't heard anything about that. So you think it's a mental thing? I think it's a mental thing because like I don't know, have you guys ever gotten like injured before? Like when you get injured, you like your body like it doesn't feel right for a long time, and it keeps happening to him. So I just feel like he's been like bogged, like he's never in a position where he goes out on the ice and he's like, I feel great and comfortable in my big burly body. So I do think it's a mental thing. I do think it's mostly a mental thing. They just don't want to play him. Oh, Patrick Line. No, which Patrick are you talking about? A lifesaver was tossed to us in the remaining posters for being swept away. Thanks for taking the time keeping the posters together. Oh, thank you guys for honestly, thank you guys for joining me and making this like so much fun this year. This was a lot of fun, and it's just getting started because we got the playoffs and they're going to be crazy. And I think the Canadiens are really good. I think Dobson getting hurt is going to be a big issue. I think even if Dobson was healthy, I consider the Tampa series a coin flip. To me, it's 50-50. If the Habs don't win, I don't think it's because they're not good. If the Habs win, I don't think it's because they're like so amazing. I just think that them and Tampa are pretty equal. I just don't know. No, Karen, I don't know anything about Line A. I've heard nothing about that. I've heard Line A's been a really good trooper about all this, and he shows up to practice and he's ready to play if he gets called on, but he knows he's not going to get called on. But he's not a distraction. He's not an issue. Everything I've heard, Karen, is that he's a-okay. Just there's no room for him, and they made that clear to him. Is it true that Dach was hurt a lot in junior? Yes, he injured his wrist, I believe. He had a very serious wrist injury that I think he got at the World Junior Tournament. So he did have a serious injury in junior, I will say. He was healthy in Chicago and sucked. He was hurt. He was hurt a little bit, but yes, he did suck. He was a gamble, the guy. I mean, we watch him play. I think we understand like why teams will eternally gamble on him. Doc needs to play in a place like Utah, Seattle, Carolina, where he isn't the media presence has in Montreal. I think that would help. I think they've done a good job of insulating him though. I don't feel like he talks a lot. I feel like he gets pretty ignored by the media, I will say. Because that's a weird thing to say. But if he reads his press, I guess if he reads you guys a lot, maybe he feels differently. I'm not sure it will come out eventually, but no idea why we continue to play and or rotate Dach, Bolduc, Gallagher, Texie, Valeno, but Liney's been healthy for months and won't try him out. Yeah, very interesting question, Pimp. All I've really heard is that they just don't think he can. They just don't think he can help. Is from what I understand. This is secondhand, third hand, fourth hand information. They don't feel like he's in their top 12 forwards, and so they will happily rotate the other guys. because they like the other guys. That's what I've heard. I don't know how truthful that is. I don't know how real that is. Put Line on the third line. Use him to add more pop to the second unit. Oh, the second PP unit is a disaster zone. He would only play about 10, 12 minutes a game. Is he that awful? I don't think so. I really don't. So I do. I was pro putting Line in when he was healthy because I was like, what if you need him? What if you need him sooner rather than later? What if you need him like right on the eve of the playoffs and he hasn't played in 6 months or whatever and he's not fresh? Get him some ice time at least. I don't know. Habination says, I don't agree Line A is better than Dach. That's kind of the question, right? If Dach gets like all these chances, why doesn't Line A? Max says the problem with Line A is he can't skate anymore and he's a huge defensive liability. One thing I was curious to see a year removed from his knee injury is if his skating was a little bit better. He's never going to be a burner, but I was curious to know if maybe his skating would be a little better, but now we're not going to see. Will Arbor's brother going to be one of the Black Aces? No, because Laval's going to the playoffs, and they actually have a really good chance to go far. So Laval will not be helping out the Habs at all. That being said, Trois-Rivières' season is over, so it's possible Trois-Rivières could bring up some reinforcements to Laval, and then some of these guys in Laval come up here. But no, I don't believe you'll see any reinforcements from Laval other than if somebody gets hurt. If they go 4 and out, someone's going to have to pay. For the Habs? I don't. Who's going to pay? They're like, the guys that were going to go are going to go. I don't think they're going to like veer off course. I don't think they're going to change course if they get swept. I think if they get swept, they'll be like, this is proof that we need to like add some players. But they were already planning on, like, this is not the finished. This team is not the finished product. As you guys have noted often, the fourth line is ostensibly 1 year left, and then they're gone, and there's a ton of money that opens up from that. So I don't think that losing in 4 will make them think that something is, like, uniquely wrong. But I do think that they were going to continue to make changes in the offseason, and this was still, like, they're still, like, making changes, you know? If we get swept, then we get swept, and it's a learning process. Habs have had some brutal efforts lately. Young team learning how to play. But I don't agree someone has to play. We aren't contending yet. We'll still have some tough lessons to learn. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, right? They are probably at some point going to lose in these playoffs. I don't think anybody's predicting a cup win. And when they do lose, I think it is going to be a pretty brutal loss, either because they just got completely manhandled or because they got close. And they got close, and they're like looking at the other team at the other end and being like, oh, we're like almost there, but we're not quite there. And both will be agonizing for at least the fans, for sure. Maybe not for them. They'll feel pretty good about it. Could be Pascal Vincent's last season. That's a shame. I mean, if I were an NHL team, I would want Pascal Vincent as my coach. I think he's done an incredible job. So we'll see what happens. Hugo will continue to improve the roster. With Laine and Gallagher, we have almost $15 million, giving us little to nothing. Well, Laine's gone at the end of the season. So end of the season, literally tonight. At the end of tonight, you can basically count Laine's money as off the books. That's 8.7 that goes back into the pool. I mean, obviously some of the new extensions are going to take that up, notably Hudson, but I would consider that Laine deal done. Done. Didn't hurt anybody. I know people get like, no, we're 8.7. Doesn't matter. He's gone. It's like it was a short-term deal. You will always give somebody more in the short term than the long term. A short-term deal never hurts you. Like it never hurts you, because there's always stuff you can do. Long-term deals can hurt you. Vincent can do Robita's job. I don't think he wants Robita's job. I think Pascal Vincent can and should be gunning for a head coaching position, and I think he can get one. Toronto may talk to Pascal Vincent. Well, they should. I don't know what they're planning. They should. Two other teams pushed the Habs up in the division. The Leafs and Florida did an awful lot to help our standings. Yeah, but we were the Canadian. The Canadians are in the second hardest division in the league. Like five of the five of the teams are in the top like 12 in the league or something. The Atlantic division was very tough. There were two teams that got their asses whooped, but otherwise the Atlantic was a very tough division. As Pimp Vash points out, the Metro was weakling, a real weakling division this year. But it was the opposite last year, right? The Habs got in last year with enough. They wouldn't. The amount of points they got last year wouldn't have got them in this year. That's just how it goes sometimes. Oh my God, we've had this discussion a couple times now. Bergevin in Toronto. Oh my God, it would be fun for I don't know for somebody, not for us, not for them. Fun for us. But yeah, so I don't know what you guys are kind of torn about. I didn't get like firm answers about Doc here, but you guys are more like just wondering what the hell is up with Doc than actually playing Doc. But I don't know. If this was a regular season with Leafs and Florida being normal, I would say no chance. But if the Leafs and Florida were normal, then logically there would be some team in the our division that would be bad. Right? Like you know what I mean? Like you can't, it's like you're doing almost a hypothetical where it's like, well, if every team was better than the Canadians this year, they Canadians would be last place. Well, yeah, sure, but the machinations of how that happens are like hard to like figure out. You know what I mean? The division it was what it was. Teams will always be up and down. The Canadians were not bad this year. I think that's maybe the one takeaway here. The Canadians were actually good this. They didn't luck their way into the playoffs. They're actually good. They didn't back into the playoffs. They got in with 2 weeks to spare. They're pretty good. They're going to take on a team that is equally as good as them, and they may or may not win. And then after that, they might face Buffalo, who are slightly better than them, and it will not be fun. Max says Doc is a bust. How you can't see that is beyond me. No doubt Hughes regrets trading Romanov for Doc. Worst trade he has made with the Habs. I didn't say Doc wasn't a bust. I'm just saying he's still here. Yeah, Doc absolutely has not met his potential. Like, no doubt about it. I'm not saying that's not the case. And Doc was brought in to potentially be a number two center, and it didn't happen. So Hughes missed the mark on that one. Like, no doubt about that. But he's still here. And the question isn't, is Doc worth what they traded for him? The question is Doc good enough to play in this on this team in game one of the playoffs? And those are very different questions. Doc will not reach his potential. Doc is not, worth the trade that they made, not worth the faith in him. But can he, in the playoffs, be one of their 12 best forwards? And the answer could still be yes, potentially. It could be. I don't know. He has at times been one of their top 12 forwards. Can Caulfield catch McKinnon like he scores 2 or 3 goals? Yes, he is. There's one difference. McKinnon's at 52, Cole's at 51. Is Doc good enough to play at all in the NHL? No, he's good enough to play in the NHL. He's not that bad. He's not great. But I think we've seen fits and starts where he's been quite good. Decently good. All right, well, second period's underway. Can the Canadians get on the scoreboard here? I thought Urson looked pretty good in the first period, to be honest. Doc's numbers don't lie. I don't see it, but I'm often wrong. I'm no scout. Yeah, I mean, again, like he hasn't been good enough in his time in Montreal. No doubt about that. But it's a fresh set of downs, fresh playoffs. Do they have enough faith to put him out again and see what he can do? Skydigger says, I'm surprised they started Dobes tonight. Well, because they started. If they didn't start him, he would go potentially more than a week without starting, right? Because he last started on Saturday, and the first round might start on Sunday. So they didn't want him to not play for a week. What's my plan for the playoffs? We're doing every game. We're doing every game till the end. We're gonna hang in there. We're gonna do the Saturday games. We're gonna do them all. I have no plans. I have no plans. I have no life. I told everybody in my life, I'm not going to your dinners. I'm not going to your weddings. I'm not going to your funerals. It's the playoffs. Leave me alone. I'm gonna be here. Hudson leaning Gunstom off the puck nicely. Although I'm not a Dobson fan, I was surprised to see he's the most blocked shots on the team. Yay, big blocking man. Not a fan of Dobson? Damn. You might miss him now watching the team without him. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I said it on the Twitter earlier. I don't think he's the best player on the team, Dobson, but in a weird way, he's kind of the player that they like have no. They're not like positioned at all to replace him. You know what I mean? Like they're already lacking it at right defense. And the other right defenseman that they have. Oh! Oh, come on. Two chances for the Habs there. Nice. Bull Duke's been all over the ice tonight. Let's hope it goes well into June, the Liveblog. Yeah, here's hoping. Your family still bugs you? No, dude, cut them off. No, I won't tell you to cut them off. No life. Playoffs are life, right? That's all. That's all that matters. Reinbacker has played 4 periods in his NHL career, so I don't consider Reinbacker a replacement for Dobson on the right side. Uh, as much as I would love to see Reinbacker come in and be good, Carrier is the guy that I was saying that I don't even know if he's a top 6 defenseman on this team. I think he is because he's right-handed, but honestly, watching Struble and Jackeye play together, can you definitively say Carrier is the better option? I'm not so sure. He gets in because he's right-handed. Oh, Bull Duke with a really nice chance. I think Bull Duke will have a good playoff. I think so too. I think see that's a guy that I would like. If the choice is between Bull Duke and Dach, I'm putting in Bull Duke for sure. And that's really what the Habs are gonna have to figure out, right? Like you're basically ranking Bolduc, Dach, Gallagher, Veleno. I think Reinbacker is more mature than we know. He's chill. He's like, but it's not a great position to put him in, right? Do I think that he could potentially be ready and do okay? I think he could do okay, but it's a tall ask, and you don't want to like. I think they've had issues in the past with him where they worry about how much attention he gets because he was a first rounder. They were really taken aback when Reinbacker was drafted. You remember when Reinbacker was drafted and all the people online were like, "We fucking hate you. You suck." Blah, 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 blah. And then they sent him back to Switzerland because they're like, "We don't want you to deal with this right now." I think that really like I do think they handle him with kid gloves sometimes because I do think they worry about all the attention that he gets. But I don't know. I think he's got a good personality for it. We'll see. But, starting him right away in the playoffs is like kind of a crazy ask. I wouldn't ask any defenseman of that, even a mature one. I know, right? Bolduc gets such a good chance. Arbor Struble combo will be feared. I've liked what I've seen from them as a pairing. You know what? I was so like dead set that they were competing with each other all this time, and now I'm kind of like I don't know. They're kind of competing with Carrier now. Oh, oh no! Are you kidding me? Doc goes down. He's fine though, right? Please God. Oh. Are you kidding me? I think he's fine. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him. I think Doc just got the wind knocked out of him. I'm not gonna say that he was like hurt. Habs media will overhype every player that's a rookie. Players are better off being developed. I've said that before. I don't think that's a unique problem to Montreal. I think that everybody hypes their young players because they're exciting and it's fun. And it's fun to have young players that are good, but it's very hard to make the NHL. Even when you're a top prospect, it's very hard to make the NHL. So we should all be pretty chill when it comes to our rookies. Hey, Gallagher! Texier! Texier doing what he does best. We always talk, Texier's so good stick handling in the offensive zone. And he sets up that play, finds Gallagher in front. Brendan Gallagher scores. I mean, the way some of you are talking, maybe it's his final regular season game for all we know. Well, he's going out with a bang. Beautiful goal. It's 2-1. And Alex Texier with a great, great play to start that. I always get a warm, fuzzy feeling when Gallagher scores. Goodness, I love that guy. He's slowing down, but he still has a harder lineup. I know, right? Don't you want that guy in the lineup? We were talking about Dach. I don't know. I gotta ask you guys again. Gotta ask again. Would you start Gallagher in game one? You guys are like, Galley's gonna make them regret sitting him. Nice play, pass, and finish. That made me smile. Galley, he's my man. If he can't do it, no one can. It looks like we don't have to argue about Dach after all. I know he might not be hurt for real. But yeah, would you start Gallagher in game one? That's a tough one. I don't know. Also, I will say that was a very important play for Texier, who's another guy who's like, I think potentially not going to make the playoff lineup. I think he will, though. But that was a big assist for him. I feel like he's played well the last few games. Just hasn't really had much to show for it on the scoreboard. All right, we got some yeses here. Will you start Gallagher game one? Skydigger says yes. Rick says yes, but reduced minutes. Al Wilson was the man, says yes, sir. Max says for sure. They were always going to do it. Pimpfash says nice sequence by Reinbacher. If he can stay healthy, he'll be really solid top four. Him and Dobson on the right side will be great. And then Habination says yes. Karen says yes. Ryan says our defense without Dobson and Matheson tonight looks shaky. Well, they're not. They are two of their 3 big minute guys, so it would go to show. Canadians at it again, man. Reinbacher trying to make a nice shot, going for the deflection. Didn't miss by much. Yuracek now an oft traded prospects. Nice try by Caulfield. Stopped by Erson, though. I hope Josh Anderson doesn't think he has to fight everyone during the playoffs. Well, there's not usually too much fighting in the playoffs, but when there is, he will answer the bell. That's for sure. You know he will. It'll be interesting to see how Reinbacher handles the physical play of the Bolts in the playoffs. That will show if he's NHL ready. But is he going to play in the playoffs? I'm not entirely sure Reinbacher is going to play in the playoffs. You have to remember that I think Carrier's probably coming back. So if Carrier comes back, then you've got Hudson, Matheson, Gooley, Carrier, Jack-Eye, Struble. I don't know if Reinbacher gets in. This is a big question. What is Victor Hedman's status for the start of the playoffs? I don't know yet. I believe he will be back, but I don't know. Reinbacher is the only righty D. Of course he will play. Well, no, Carrier is coming back. I get what you guys are saying. Having one right-handed defenseman is kind of crazy, but I think I think St. Louis is going to go with the guys he trusts. And he doesn't know Reinbacher from a hole in the ground. He might like what he sees right now, but I don't know. I don't put it as a foregone conclusion. I don't think Reinbacher plays. I think Carrier comes back and they make it work with what they've got with five lefty D, but I don't know. Playoffs start this weekend, correct? Will Carrier and Dobson be back? Probably not. So our odds are Reinbacher will play. I think I don't know for sure, but I think Carrier might be back. They play on Sunday. I think he might be back. My honest opinion. Oh, Tobias Adam Engstrom, man, with a really nice chance there. Oh, nice chance for the Flyers there. Yeah, the Vegas Golden Knights have, if you guys are curious to know, Vegas Golden Knights are 6-0-1 under new head coach John the Fonz Tortorella. I think Galley will be totally playoff ready. He's looking pretty rested so far. Not bad. Anyways, look, if Carrier's hurt, for sure Reinbacher plays. If Carrier's back, I have a feeling Reinbacher doesn't play, but I'm not my hill that I'm gonna die on. That's for sure. Galley's always playoff ready. Yeah, I like that. Kapanen has kind of been a ghost lately. A little worried about him against the Bolts. He might be somebody who honestly ends up out of the lineup. To be honest, I could see it. Right? If he's somebody, if he's not doing great, I would add him to that list of guys that I'm not entirely convinced will play. This is the goal, by the way, if you're wondering. Assists to Gouli and Texier. Texier is playing a lot tonight. I think they want to see what they have in this guy. And again, nice job getting the puck deep. Couldn't create anything, but you know what? Puck's still in the zone. See, he's just like able to do stuff like that. Kind of walk the line a little bit. Keep the puck in the offensive zone a little longer. That's the kind of player that they want in the lineup with Demidov, right? Because they don't want Demidov having to like double back too much. His defensive game's not quite there yet. So having a guy like Texier who's good at keeping the puck in the offensive zone. Another nice try by. Yeah, I know. Caulfield nearly caught Urson cheating there. Wish Arbor would get one. Yeah, me too. I'd love to see more Arbor tonight. How is the breakdown tonight of defense? So Gooley's played 9:05, Engstrom 9:10, Struble 11:15, Hudson 10:15, Reinbacher 8:15, and Jackeye leading the team. Love it, 12:10. What a time! Somebody frame this. Somebody frame this for posterity. Arbor Jackeye is leading the team in ice time right now. Wait, he's definitely leading the defense. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, man, leading the team in ice time. Love it. I know, crazy. Now he's just got to get that goal. He's got one shot, two blocks, and four hits so far. Why not play Jackeye 20 minutes tonight? Just, who cares? See what happens. So it's 7:31 left in the second period. Not a whole lot happening right now. Pretty just jointed hockey, some whistles going, some offsides. It's 2018 in shots. Habs are down 2-1 to the Flyers, but I can't say after the Flyers got two in the first, I can't say that they've like done anything to pull away in the second here. Definitely still anybody's game, and the Canadiens have far and away the most talented top line on the ice tonight, so that's all it would take. Caulfield already has 6 shots on goal, so he's clearly looking to add to his total. He's got 51. McKinnon's got 52, so Caulfield still does have a chance at winning or tying for the Rocket Richard Trophy. So I would say earlier in the first period, they were definitely trying to get Caulfield a goal and were forcing a bunch of passes. I think as we get a little deeper into this game, they're going to stop doing that because I do still think the Habs want to win this game more so than they want to, try to force a goal that's not there. Mr. Tuesday night. I like it. Oh, nice try by the Habs trying to set up Veleno in front. But David Jiricek, big body, just kind of like got in front of it. Jiricek is a cautionary tale for anyone drafting a defenseman in the top 5 or 10. Looked like a smart, mature defenseman. Skating and decision making ended up not being quite up to snuff, and now he's on his third team, and that's going to be a goal. What a bad. Ha! Mishkov's a little too excited about that one. I mean, what do you want to say about that one? That was just like a weird bounce. Dobes mad about it, which he should be. It looked like they had cleared it. I don't really understand. Puck kept on bouncing. Yeah, Dobes tried to cleared it right into Evans. I mean, what do you guys want to do? I know that. Hey, good for Mishkov. He's clearly very motivated tonight. He definitely feels a type of way about the Habs. I don't understand. I will never know truly what went down. But I don't think Habs management likes him. I don't think he likes us. I don't think he wanted to come here. I don't think the Habs wanted him. It's like a weird, but he's just like there's just something about Mishkov. He's just definitely reads the press. He definitely knows what people think of him around here. It's very interesting. If we win the cup with Reinbacher, Mishkov can kick rocks. I mean, those guys are always going to be compared to each other till the end of days, as it should be. Mishkov gets his 20. Come on, Demi, time to get your 20th. Hey, it's Demidov's first season, whereas Mishkov's 20th, second season. So Demidov gets another chance next year. Had to know Mishkov was going to kill tonight. He is the most motivated man on the ice tonight. I don't know what his deal is. He's definitely feeling a type of way. Let's not forget Mishkov had severe family issues, loss of his dad, resulting issues as well, and him not being allowed to come to scared teams. Yeah, there's a whole lot with Mishkov that we just don't know. That's a little weird. All I know is from what has generally been reported was that he very much wanted to go to Philly and made it happen. Mishkov's a good player. Second 20-goal season in a row, not bad at all. He's a very good player. He's a very, very talented player for sure. Fun guy to watch. Karen also says, but he partied all summer long, came into camp in terrible shape. That's also who he is. He did do that. He was very maligned early in the season, and he does have less points this year than last. So it's not all amazing for him. Texier, really nice job, Texier, coming in there and getting a chance, trying to use the guy as a screen, but why is everyone fixated on Mishkov? Who cares? Well, it's because he has 3 points tonight, but also because of the draft. You know. Oh, Slav! Really nice play. Can he get a second chance here? Hudson slowing the game down here. Caulfield trying to get around. I mean, Caulfield's just shooting. Caulfield is just shooting every chance he gets. But I can't say that that was a... Cole Caulfield's up to 8 shots on goal, I think. I think that was his 8th now. Hey, Harry, good to see you again. If there are playoff games, yeah, you might got to watch out with those ones. Caulfield tangled up behind the net. Hopefully he's okay. Oh, that was a really nice one-timer pass to Slap, but he just like did not get all that shot. Oh, and now Hudson gets hauled down. They're gonna be a penalty? There better be. There better be. So I guess it's a nothing game for the Habs. Are they just giving in, or are the Flyers playing that well? They're not playing that. No, honestly, they just got a couple of like good bounces and they cashed in. I think it's been a pretty even game. I think just the Flyers have cashed in a couple more times, but I don't think that like the Canadiens have been so severely outplayed. The Flyers have had their chances and they've cashed in, and the Canadiens have had their chances and Cole Caulfield put his took a shot and it got like stuck in Urson's gear. He couldn't find it. It was a pretty funny play actually. Anyways, power play now. So 3:17 left in the second period. So a very good opportunity now for the Canadiens to build and get back in this one. Going 3-2 in the third period would be a pretty good spot to be in. Nice try for Demidov, but puck bounced off the guy. Nothing wrong with partying when you're that age, as long as you do your job. Well, he wasn't doing his job early in the season. Mitchkov was pretty bad early on, and Tocchet benched him and things like that. So, but he's turned it around, and hey, they're good now. Ooh, ooh. What guys? What do you think? Angstrom with kind of a low probability shot there. Man, this second power play unit just different era, Max. I don't think you could get away with partying anymore. These guys are machine. The guy at the other end is a machine who just works out in the gym and plays video games all day. So I don't think the days some kids can get away with it, but it's a different era. I don't think you can do what like Knuckles and Rick Green. They tell me about old stories all the time, and like but they'll be the first to admit that like you can't get away with any of that today. You can't roll up to camp. A big difference is back in the day, you use training camp to get back in shape. Like the guys would all come back super fat and gross after the summer and use that month to get in shape. But that's not how it is anymore. Now the guys work out all summer and they come into camp ready to bust some heads. You know what I mean? Our PP stinks. How is that even possible? I mean, they're going to rank pretty good in the end in the season, but of late they've been not great, and that's definitely something they'll have to work out in the playoffs. Because I mean, a power play goal in the playoffs is the difference between winning and losing. Hope the Habs PP gets going. We need it. Yeah, exactly. How about it? It's 3-2. Jack Eye with the initial shots, and Jake Evans, who that's what you like. Jack Eye's having a night, baby. Playoff roster. Playoff roster. 10, 11 seconds left. Christian Dvorak is not playing tonight, I believe. Mishkov got a bounce. Habs got a bounce. That's pretty fair. That's pretty much what went down. Arbor looking really good. We need him big time. I know. I want this Arbor Jack Eye in the playoffs. Jack Eye will be very important in the playoffs. Man, he's getting good at the right time. I like to see it. Ooh, Ken Hughes intermission. Oh, all right. Well, I got to ask you guys the question, man. Is it gonna happen? They're gonna beat the Lightning in round one. All right, we got some superstitious. How do you unblock posters if you can't see their posts? I have no idea. I didn't know you could even block people. Yes, yes, and yes, 6 games. I still have no idea, but I like the chances better starting at the Bell Center. Ooh, well, then they got to win tonight. It'll be tough without Dobson, but Habs in 7. Do you think we'll see Dobson before the end, though? Could happen, maybe. Habit Nations don't want to jinx it, so I won't say. Karen says yes. Capital yes. Canadiens in 6, Ryan says. Rick says yes. Different feeling about them. Their confidence is through the roof. The consistency has to be better. I I really do see it as a coin flip. I do see it as a. I don't think there's a favorite heading into. I don't think there's a favorite. I think Tampa are the favorite based on reputation. I think based on this year, I would put the Habs. Based on where they're at right now, I'd put the Habs. Based on the fact that we've talked about Kucherov and Vasilevsky being winners and knowing what it takes, gives Tampa a bit of an edge as well. It's tough. I see it. I really do see it as a coin flip. I wouldn't put any money down if I were you guys, but hey, it's your money. Another win for the Bruins. Man, the Bruins. I feel for the two. I think one of the two. Oh, Karen says get off the fence. I know. I am. I'm trying to be Switzerland a little bit here. I'm trying to like. I want everyone to feel like they can present a differing opinion. I will say. Arpin said, Jack Eye's easily been the best player in the first period, which good for Jack Eye, not great for the Canadiens. That's funny. That's funny. Karen, you'll take me to dinner if I make a hard prediction either way. Goaltending will decide the series. It always does, Kelly. I mean, look, if something goes haywire with the Canadiens are sending two very young, very talented goalies. And I say both because I do think that there's a good possibility we'll see both. Um, Tampa Bay is slightly the favorite. Age and physical player a factor. Yeah, that's like the fact that they've been there makes them a good They know what it takes, and that helps for sure. Even the hockey guy says his opinion. Fine, fine. Habs in 7. How about that? There you go. That's my prediction. You happy? But then if it doesn't come true, you guys can't blame me. You guys can't be mad if it doesn't come true. I did cave in. I did. Michael Paul says Habs in 6. They like to do things the hard way. 6 is pretty good though. 6 is they'll be pretty chill. Hockey guy takes no side, but he has teams he likes, and Montreal he likes a lot. Whatever they do, the future is now and bright. Whatever happens, happens. I'm happy. That's not going to change except for Robida. It's not going to change unless they get a cup. Bob says we'll need to stay healthy, and others besides Anderson will have to step up to play tough. I think they've got other guys here who can step up. I think Bolduc can step up. I think Veleno can step up. I think Struble and Jackeye will step up. All right. Other question for you guys. All right. Another question I want to ask you guys. Should Nick Suzuki be in the conversation for the Hart Trophy? And by conversation, I mean like, I think each guy gets like 5 votes or something like that. Would he be one of your 5 votes? Would you give him a vote? We got a yes from Habinations, a yes from Rick Woods, a yes, a heart, and a King Clancy from Rick Woods. I like it. Habination says Hart and Selkie potentially for Nick Suzuki. Yeah, the Selkie's actually he probably got a better chance at the Selkie than he does the. I mean, without Barkov this year, right? Isn't like this year kind of the one? Aren't you know? Isn't that like the Selkie? Isn't that like probably more likely with Barkov not available? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who's going to be in the sort of the trophy consideration. Suzuki's on another level since the Olympics. He's prime time at the moment, just like last year too. After the Four Nations, right? He just turned it up. He's a big game player. Yeah, I don't know who's going to be up for war. So obviously, Caulfield's potentially still in the running for the Richard. Suzuki maybe for the Hart and Selkie. King Clancy. Maybe Hudson probably won't be in the running for the Norris, but he ought to be at least considered. Obviously, you have Demidov and Dobes in the Calder conversation, maybe even Kapanen some downvotes. Um, I mean, that's pretty much everybody, right? That's pretty much all the major awards. I mean, it's possible. Even I don't think St. Louis is going to be in the running for the Jack Adams, but I mean, you could definitely make a case. Canadians are a lot better this year than a lot of teams expected. Nick for sure gets a vote. Kelly says, "Yeah, I think at worst he'll finish like 6th or 7th." But obviously, I think everybody's super big on Celebrini this year. McKinnon obviously is amazing. How often do the Canadians score 2 goals and neither Hudson, Suzuki, Caulfield, or Slavkovsky have any points? It hasn't happened much lately, that's for sure. There was one game like a month ago, I think, where like all the third liners scored. There was a what was that Bolduc's last 2 point game? That one. I think then even Hudson probably got a. Nice to see Valeno get a point, man. Valeno. It's Suzuki Selkie to lose. I could see that. Hey, Victor Eklund has his first NHL point for the Islanders. So is Veleno's first point in 22 games? I think they said Jake Evans is first in 21 games. That can't be right. Doesn't he get like the odd empty netter? Yeah, he got one against Columbus. Yeah, he's not that in the doldrums. 105 points for Nick Suzuki was my prediction, but happy with 99. What are you talking about? He has 101. Rick, he already hit 100. You missed something. Could still get in 105, to be honest. Yeah, but Nick Suzuki has 100 points. Detroit and Islanders gave up a lot at the deadline and missed the playoffs. That is a cautionary tale about the deadline. The Canadiens did literally nothing at the deadline and sailed on into the playoffs. Sometimes your team is what it is. To me, the deadline is like if you can get like, a massive piece, like a Panarin, sure. If you need to replace an injured player, sure. Makes ton of sense. All the Eastern playoff series will be fun to watch except Ottawa versus Carolina. Who cares? I think Ottawa could upset Carolina for sure. I I hate to admit it, guys. I think Ottawa's pretty good. If they're goal, they just if Linus Allmark's head's in the game and he's doing all right, I think that the Ottawa Senators have a fighting chance against Carolina. So I'd watch out about that series. I just think that this year all the Atlantic Division's teams are inherently better than the non Atlantic Division teams. Slav trying to find Caulfield in front. Man, this line has had so many chances. So freaking annoying. Man, Noah Cates just kind of hog-tied down Gooley. Gooley's got to go up with the rush there. Don't worry about that. It's already over. Man, Hudson with a nice all alone on the rush. Can't get the puck through the defenseman, though. He used him as a screen. I mean, it's nice to see. The thing about Texier is Texier's got the moves to, like, play with Demidov. And there isn't really a lot of other guys on the team that can do that. Oh, Mark is here. Yes, I am. Your prediction was that you said you'd be happy if you finished with 99. Well, then he exceeded your expectations and got 101, possibly more. There's another period of hockey, an entire period of hockey for Caulfield and Suzuki to maybe get something done. And they're not for a lack of effort. They've had plenty of chances so far. Oh, Karen's cheering for the Canes. Yeah, you don't screw Ottawa, right? Nobody likes Ottawa. I do think they're good though, but I don't like them. Veleno steals it at center ice and tried to pass it to Gallagher for the zone entry and then sent it right back into his zone. Ooh, somebody left wide open. Jake Evans skating the puck out. Yeah, just get it deep. It's true, you can press the like button for like and subscribe. You guys have to subscribe. Oh man, I didn't even tell you guys. I didn't even tell you. We have a playoff special happening on Thursday. We're gonna record it and then we'll put it out on Thursday in the afternoon when once it's decided who's the home team. And the special is gonna be everybody's been asking all season if we can do this, and we are gonna pull it off. I just gotta figure out how to edit 4 screens at once. But it's gonna be Stu, it's gonna be Knuckles, it's gonna be Rick, and it's gonna be Brian Scrudland. We're gonna get all 4 of them in for our next hockey special. You guys excited for that? We're gonna do it. We're gonna get all 4 of them together. Forster, man, absolutely smoked his guy. Who was that? Was Hudson, eh? Oh my goodness. All right, top line in here. Can they get something done finally? Nope. Ottawa and Montreal will be opposite days. Yes, that is likely what will happen with Rogers pulling their weight here. A pal of mine who was watching the game messaged me earlier and he said, the Flyers have a bump and they have a bonk. It's the kind of mature conversations that go on. Yeah, man, Scrudlin and Nyland together at last. Let's hope Cuthbert announces the Ottawa series. Yeah, it's gonna be. That's probably what they'll do because I think they're gonna want to keep the consistency. Like, Bartlett's done all the games this year for the Habs. They might as well just keep doing Bartlett, right? Like, it would be weird to like reassign everybody. The Leafs are not in the playoffs. I know, isn't that? Rogers woke up this morning and they're like, "Wait a minute, what do we do?" So speaking of bump, here's bump trying to get Park. Man, Martone's been in front of the net all night, but look at David Reinbacher taking his man. You like to see that. But yeah, Forster off the rush, man. Hudson couldn't handle him. Not that many guys can. Forster was full head of steam. Exactly. Playoff ready. Are you doing the chippy stuff? Against who? Hey, Habs power play coming up. So this is a chance to tie it up here. Look out, guys. 15-12 left in the third period. Habs are down a goal. Look at McDonald trying to interfere with Gallagher going through the neutral zone, and we have a Montreal Canadiens power play. The power play has been no bueno, but all it takes is one play. How much has the maligned Gallagher looked? Gallagher's been playing with a ton of energy tonight. He's been great. He's been very good actually tonight, Mark. Couple of blocks. Flyers are good at blocking shots tonight. They're getting in the lanes, man. I would hate to see one of them get hurt. 12 block shots for the Flyers tonight. Oh, nearly a terrible giveaway by the Habs. But the Flyers end up getting the puck back. They're going to waste a little more time. We're already a minute gone in this power play, and the Habs have done less than nothing. All right, now the puck's in the zone. Demidov tries to find Suzuki. Suzuki at the bumper spot with a pretty nice one-timer. No, I didn't get all of it, but finally some puck movement on the power play. Yeah, we don't know where if Gallagher's going to be on the lineup playoff time. Hard to say. They got options. They got options. Still 40 seconds left in this power play. Can they get something going? Texier here at the point. Bad giveaway by Texier. Dach trying to send a pass through here at the end of the power play. Back to 5-on-5. Would you rather see Suzuki get his 30th or Demidov get his 20th? Demidov's not going to get his 20th, though, is he? Quite a bit away from that. Demidov gets a lot of money if he scores. That he does. Suzuki's point total. He's already hit 100, so I'm sure he's looking to distribute. 250 grand bonus if he gets 20 goals. He's at 19. They got to get Demidov that last goal. Come on, how many shots does he have tonight? He needs more. Only one shot tonight? Doesn't he know there's a bonus at play here? I'm surprised he's not shooting every 5 seconds here. Remember when Slavkovsky was able to get that bonus, man? He was trying. Only 4 shots on 3 power plays tonight. Is that what happens? That sounds about right. Demidov is out of bonuses? Oh, okay. Can't make any more bonuses? Made them all? Must be nice. All right, Habs setting up in the offensive zone again. Man, Canadians keep shooting in the lanes, and I mean, I'll give the Flyers credit here. They're getting in those lanes, but it's getting a little tiresome. 9 shots, though, for Caulfield tonight. No goals. As he's still one back of Nate McKinnon. Oh! Slafkovsky set up Caulfield, but he just ran out of space down the right side. Exactly kind of where he scored his 50th, but this time it wasn't so much just coming off the rush. It was sort of in the offensive zone. Yeah, the PP is looking a little too predictable. They're just like not moving the puck particularly well. I don't know if that they're just in a they're too talented to not be good on the power play, and they've been good most of the season. So you don't want to like you definitely want to change things up a little bit, but you don't want to like change things up too much. I don't know what they do. Habs can't get it deep. They're passing the puck okay, but not setting anything up. How's the ice time going still? 17-17 for Jack Guy. Hudson's now up to 19-33. He's definitely the leader. But Jack Guy's number 2 on the defense right now. You love to see it. Reinbacher, on the other hand, has not played too much. He's only played 12:41. We have not seen him much in this third period, I will say. Lest you be thinking that they're really like gonna use him a lot. How about Kapanen? Robbed off the rush. Really nice try by Kapanen. He got a good shot, man, but Urson had the glove, and now we got Dach and McDonald getting into it in front of the net. Nobody's throwing any punches. It's definitely just keeping the peace right now. What happened? They give him an ice bath, or I don't know what they did. Didn't look like much. Our PP has been the weakness over the last few weeks. Will Marty tinker with it for the playoffs? I don't think he'll tinker the personnel, but I think he will. I think they will practice it a lot and move people around. But the personnel, the 5 guys on the top unit are too good. They're not going to switch those guys, right? I don't think anybody can look at that unit and be like, it's a talent issue. There's just, as you guys have said, they've gotten a little predictable. They're not moving the puck super well. I think you just got to like work a little bit. And then, I mean, man, the second unit without Dobson is going to be completely useless. Just there to give the top line a breather, basically. Looking a bit sloppy out there tonight. I mean, they have a bunch of guys resting. They're trying not to get hurt. The Flyers are also trying not to get hurt. It's the second game. I don't know if it's. I don't consider this game to be a a bellwether canary in a coal mine or anything. I thought for sure Caulfield would notch a couple goals. Got 9 shots tonight. Can't seem to fucking find one though. So we've got a 4-on-4 right now. Very interesting. Can the Canadiens get anything done at 4-on-4? They have not gotten anything done at 5-on-4. 4-on-4 seems a little more their speed, but hasn't happened yet. Nothing going on. Nothing going on this 4-on-4, man. This is a. Hey, there you go. The Flyers make it 4-2. Bump. Bump makes it 4-2. His name is Bump. Slav with a pretty bad. Hey, if you wanted him to enter the playoffs with a chip on his shoulder, he's going to do it. I mean, what an absolute. Not a nice play for Slavkovsky. Oof. Oof. Philly has some good rookies. Yeah, Danny Briere. Hey, Danny Briere, man. Doing a good job. Bump. Bump's 5th goal. Well, not the most inspiring game here at the end, but I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Playoffs are coming. If anybody came in here expecting I don't know, playoff style hockey tonight with two teams resting up for the playoffs, you may have oversold what tonight was going to be. Tonight is exactly what I thought it'd be, kind of sloppy. I thought maybe the Habs would. I thought maybe some of the like lesser Habs would take a step, and I guess they did. I mean, Evans scored a goal. I thought we'd see Texier. Well, Texier got an assist on that goal. He really set that Gallagher goal up. Pimp, they literally beat the Lightning like 2 times in the last 2 weeks. I don't think that this game is anything. Like, I really don't think that this is a game to be like, oh my God, were super lazy in game 82 and this is a disaster. Like, I think this is the most like nothing burger game on the planet, really. Uh, I mean, it's not great. I mean, you guys don't want to watch the Habs not play very well, but and it sucks because they aren't going to get home ice advantage, which would have been nice, but I don't know. I really don't. I'm not going to look too much into this one. I think you guys are being kind of funny right now. You guys are all like sad and angry, and I'm a bit like, yo, man, it's A2. I can't even keep my eyes open in this game. It's so boring. So I don't know. I think we're all just like conserving our energy for the playoffs. That being said, it'd be nice to get another goal at least. Come on, get Caulfield has 9 shots already. Let's get him another one. When is game one? Probably it's not announced yet, Mark, but probably Sunday. Probably Sunday's game one. Nobody cared about this game. They wouldn't have kept trying to set up Cole all day. Yeah, I mean they've definitely like 27 shots on goal. Most. I mean they're just trying to get Cole the puck all night. Urson's having a good night though. Urson's playing well. I'll say. 14 shot. Not official shot, but 14 shot like directed at the net. We have been spoiled this year. Yeah, this is not the effort level we've seen for the most part this season. That's for sure. No injuries is a win. Yeah, for sure. What's Texia getting into? Texia getting into some stuff around the net. I'd like to see Texia. I think could be a little chippier in the playoffs. He actually he's a little more like he's not like a physical he's not like a guy who's gonna like bowl people over, but he hits pretty well, finishes his checks. He's chippy around the net. He's just like again, he's like one of those guys who can kind of be a bit of a pain in the butt for other teams. I don't understand why they wouldn't care, Pimfesh says. With almost no practice time, you use these games to get your intensity and coordination up to par and prep for the playoffs. This is terrible. I don't know. They won their last game pretty handily. I think this game is really just a let's move to the playoffs. I don't really think they need to as you say work intensity and coordination. Like they've played 81 games prior to tonight. Like they are what they are. The thing is, I think you guys think that there's some sort of magic thing that can happen at this moment that'll make them like a different team than what they are. Like they are what they are. They have good aspects and they have bad aspects, and they can absolutely beat Tampa. Tampa could absolutely beat them, and it's just like I don't think that playing well in game 82 is gonna somehow like transfer over into Sunday. Like I just don't think it does. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. They care. Yeah, it's not that they don't care. I just am like they're resigned to the fact of look at how much the first line is giving Cole the puck for shot. Yeah, the Canadiens played their best this month in those 2 Tampa games. I'm not worried. That's exactly it. Is it a bummer to watch them play bad? Yeah, of course. Would you like them to play better? Yeah, I'd like to see them win tonight. It would have been nice if they'd won the division. If they don't win tonight, they don't win the division. So that's like a bummer. I don't think that any of this transfers over into the playoffs. They could have lost 10-1 tonight and won game 1. They could have won 10-1 and lost game 1. I really don't I think the injury to Noah Dobson does way more to direct what happens in the playoffs than the results of the last 4 or 5 games. Mark says, I think we have a great team and I'm looking forward to the playoffs, but the weakness of our third and fourth line really worries me. I'm more worried about the second line right now, to be honest. I think the third, fourth line will be they'll figure themselves out. There's a lot of depth. 4-on-4 again. I think the second line, they keep auditioning guys and they haven't found a mix yet. Ah, they got a nice chance there. I mean, the Habs are dominating a 4-on-4 right now. Can they get anything going though? They're trying to feather like some pretty crazy passes, which bless their hearts. It's fun to watch, but it's not resulting in any goals, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't think they're not trying. I think they're trying to like be a little too fancy pants. Net is empty, by the way. Yeah, I don't know who's on the second line in game one. Ah, nice slap shot, but you got to keep the puck in the zone. Pimp, I just told you that this game is kind of meaningless, and you were like kind of no, and then now you're saying that the regular season is meaningless. You see what I mean? Like the double standard here. The double standard here is like, oh, if the Habs play a bad game, it means something. If the Habs play a good game, it doesn't mean anything. Like it didn't mean anything. Tonight doesn't mean anything. They might get eaten alive. They might not get eaten alive. Today's result does not affect at all what's going to happen in the Tampa series. Like tonight was a nice to have. Would have been nice to have them. Would have been nice for them to have a win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. There's still time. 146 left. Goalie's pulled. They're certainly trying, but they're still trying to get Caulfield the goal more so than anything else. We are a very good road team. They do have a very good road record, but four games potentially in Tampa is not easy. Blue says this is a meaningless game in the grand scheme of things. Texier needs to be off the second line. Yeah, I can't imagine that Texier will be on the second line when it comes time for the playoffs. I think. I would hope so. I would certainly hope so. Thanks for joining, Mark. It's been a fun year. Hopefully the best is yet to come. I know. Hopefully I am doing yes, I am doing. Phillies kids look pretty good. It would be a good time for the next few years. Good for hockey overall. Yeah, that is maybe the main takeaway tonight for me. I'm like, oh, they've got some really good young players, and they kind of just came. Some of them really came out of nowhere. Not out of nowhere, but like they've gotten good in a hurry. I would say. Okay, well the net's still pulled. Is that off the? So I mean the Canadiens are still trying to get a goal here, but their timing's been pretty bad. Demidov kept it in, but the puck is kind of lost. Nice try by Newhook. There's no game Thursday, Karen. There's no game Thursday, Karen. Is there? I don't think so. It's Sunday, right? Sunday is game one, I think. Don't take my word for it. See you in the playoffs, Karen. Drive safe, please. It's very dark out and rainy tonight. The roads are slick. Please be careful. All right, we're in the final minute here. Can the Habs get? They got the net pulled still. They're trying, but man, another just missed opportunity. Honestly, Canadians, the passing's been brutal tonight. They've just like missed a lot of plays. Just a little out of sorts tonight. Pretty brutal giveaway there. Can they get settled one more time here? Well, we got 8 seconds. The Montreal Canadiens will not get home ice advantage. They lose 4-2. Which we're starting home? We're not. We're going to finish third. Third in the Atlantic Division. Not bad. Pretty good season, though. Come on. Come on. That was a good season. They won 48 games. They're pretty darn good. I know it's not like, whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, we will see you all this weekend. I don't know when. We'll find out together. Saturday or Sunday for sure. I'm almost definitely going to be Sunday. Sunday in Tampa. The Lightning were real good. It's going to be a really good series. I think it could go either way. I think I think the Canadiens match up well against the Lightning, but I also think that Kucherov and Vasilevsky are and Braden Point, they got some tough cookies on that team. It's not going to be easy, but I do think that it was a the Canadian the Canadians haven't played well down the stretch. They were like 16 and 6. Unreal. Pimp, you'll never be happy. You should. They were pretty good down the stretch. They had some crunky games, but they were pretty good down the stretch. Should be Sunday. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining. It's been quite a season. This team. Thank you, Pimp. It's all in good fun, eh? I tease you because you're so emotional. Like you get the highs are highs and the lows are lows. I tease you, Pimp. But you're great. You're one of the good ones. You're a good fan. You're fun to. You're fun to interact with. I do enjoy your takes a lot. And I enjoy all your takes all season long. You guys brought it. Really, really, really happy to spend this time with you guys. It's not over yet. Nothing is over. So playoffs start Saturday, Sunday, and then we have Hockey Inside Out. We're recording on Thursday because we didn't know potentially if the Habs had won tonight. We wouldn't know who they were gonna which if they're gonna have home ice advantage or not. So we wanted to record the special once it was everything the dust had settled. So you're gonna get Hockey Inside Out on Thursday. Otherwise, you're gonna get lots of stuff. You're gonna get About Last Night from me tomorrow morning. You're gonna get a Hidden Game from Herb Zukowski tonight. Obviously, just follow along Montreal Gazette. We are going to have stuff every day. We've got not just about the team, not just about the games. We've got like the city of Montreal. We're going to talk about the city of Montreal, how we're coping and loving the playoffs or hating the playoffs, see what happens. So please do follow us on socials. Follow us here, like subscribe to Gazette. We're going to have stuff at the Gazette. We got Brendan Kelly going out. We're sending him out to do crazy shit, as we always do. So please follow along. Thank you guys so much for joining me this regular season. We're not done yet. There will be playoffs coming up this weekend. All right. Have a good night.